I burned it all. Bed sheets first, they held the most scent, then the shirt he left, the one I used to press against my chest when nights got long. The scarf was last, soft wool soaked in his pheromones, like it remembered the shape of his neck. I watched it catch flame slow. No wind, just heat, smoke, ash, but still, his scent didn't leave. It clung to the back of my throat. It lived inside my skin. I scrubbed and scrubbed. Didn't set work. So I locked the door, covered the vents, changed apartments, blockers every morning. I was clean, I was empty. I was fine. Until tonight. A knock. Low. Hesitant. Not loud enough to wake the neighbors. I opened it halfway. And he was there. Rain-soaked, lips trembling, hair slick against his forehead like he'd run miles. His scent hit me like a forgotten season. Not loud, just a whisper. But enough to make my heat coils twitch deep inside. I dulcet. His voice cracked. His eyes scanned my face like it hurt him to look. "Let me in," he whispered. "I need to smell you." I almost slammed the door, almost. But my body, it didn't set move. My mind screamed, "You erased him." But my scent glands bloomed anyway. Weak, traitorous. He looked thinner, paler. The alpha weight in his aura still pulsed, but it was broken, jagged. I hated how my knees wanted to give in. So I didn't speak. I just stepped back. Door open. Silent. His breath shook when he entered. He didn't touch me. Just stood there. Eyes closed. Inhaled. Once. Twice. Like every breath was something sacred. "I thought you were gone," he said. His voice was low. Not demanding. Not dominant. Just desperate. "I tried to live without your scent. I tried." I looked away. My throat ached. "You promised," I said. "You promised you'd let me forget." He didn't answer. I didn't want him to. Because I remembered everything. 2 years ago, I was careful, always wore blockers, always avoided strong alphas. This city, it hated what I was. Hidden omegas weren't respected. We were whispered about, hunted for contracts, used for politics. So I pretended. I kept my scent low. I kept my head down. And then he walked into my life. A custom suit. Cold gaze. Alpha aura so refined it didn't even push. It pulled. He entered the cafe like he owned the silence. Ordered black coffee. No sugar. Didn't smile. Didn't flirt. But he came every day. Same time, same chair, same silence. I thought he didn't notice me. Until one day he stayed after closing. "You start hiding," he said. His voice was low, almost amused. "Hiding what?" I tried to sound normal. He tilted his head. "Your scent, it's too clean." I froze. He smiled, just a little. "Walkers can erase everything." I should run then. But I didn't He never touched me. Never crossed lines. But he looked at me like he was starving. Every glance carved something in me. And slowly, my scent started slipping. Accidentally, a little more each day. He inhaled it like a secret. He never marked me, never asked for anything. But he lingered. Longer. Later. One night I dropped a cup. Glass shattered. My heat hit early. I barely made it to the back room. And he followed. Didn't speak. Didn't touch. Just stood in the doorway breathing heavy. His voice, deep, low, echoed. "I can help you." I nodded. I and promised to someone else. I already knew. He turned to leave. But then he stopped. "I still want you," he whispered. I didn't stop him when he leaned in. Didn't stop him when his breath hit my neck. Didn't stop him when his lips grazed my gland. He didn't bite. Just lingered there. Scented me. Marked me with breath. It was worse than a bite. Because I felt it everywhere. And then he was gone. For weeks. No calls. No visits. I stopped using blockers. I didn't want to forget. But when I saw his engagement photo in the papers, smiling beside a famous beta socialite, I broke. Burned everything. Even myself. Now 2 years later, he's standing in my apartment like no time passed. Like I am still his to scent. Still his to beg. He turns to me slowly. My wedding was cancelled, he says. I don't react. My sense stopped working after I touched you. I flinch. What? He steps closer. Just one step. It sets true. My rut never came back. My instincts died. He places a trembling hand on his chest. I thought if I erased you, it would return. But it didn't set. He looks up, eyes red. I need you to breathe again. My heart, stupid, weak thing, races. But my lips stay shut. Because I remember what it felt like when he left. Still my body moves. One step closer. Then two. I reach up, touch his collar. Just a brush. His breath stutters. I burned you, I whisper. I know. I erased your scent. I deserve that. I don't want to remember. Then let me be the one who remembers for both of us. I should push him away. But I lean in. Not much, just enough. He buries his nose in my neck. And breathes. Like it sits the first time. Like it sits the last. Like it sets the only thing keeping him alive. I don't stop him, because maybe I want to breathe too. First time he walked in, I didn't even look up. Just heard the door chime. Smelled cold rain, leather, money. Nothing sharp, nothing alpha. He ordered plain black coffee. No sugar. No words beyond that. Didn't smile. Didn't flirt. Just paid and left. Next day, same. Third day, same. Fourth day, he stayed longer. Sipped slower. Eyes on me. Still, no scent. Just clean, too clean. All like he was hiding. Like me. I wore my blockers well. Dressed simple. Spoke less. I didn't want attention, especially not from alphas with wedding rings or secrets behind their polished smiles. He looked like both. Then the seventh day came. My cycle shifted. Heat signs. Early. Weak but rising. I knew the signs, the fluttering under skin, the tightness in my chest, the way sound gets louder, colors deeper, whirled too much. I hit it, bit my lip. Took another blocker dose. But I was late, and he noticed. He paused near the counter. His gaze sharp, still quiet, but nostrils flared. He didn't speak. Didn't ask. But I felt it, that shift. Alpha. My heart beat strange. I dropped the spoon I was cleaning. His hand reached first. Not to touch me. To close the cafe door. Then he turned the sign to closed. Silence. You okay? His voice, low. Not pushy. I nodded too quickly. Fine. He didn't believe me. But he didn't argue. Just sat. Watched. Waited. I took slow breaths. Sat behind the counter, clenched my fists till the shaking stopped. I could feel the heat coming. Not full. Not yet, but enough to make my scent break through the blockers. He didn't move. Didn't chase it. But he breathed deeper. His gaze, I hated it. Too knowing, too patient, too quiet. Next day he came again. Same time. Same seat. But this time, he brought 2 cups. Placed one near me. Didn't say a word. It was my usual. With extra sugar. I never told him. But he knew. I didn't drink it. But I didn't throw it away either. He kept doing it. Every morning, 2 cups. No words. I stopped using blockers on Sundays. Just to see. My scent slipped more than it should sip. He never reacted like other alphas. Didn't smirk. Didn't lean closer. But his hands trembled slightly when he held the cup. And sometimes when no one else was there, he inhaled. Just a little. Just once. Like he needed it. I hated how it made me feel. Safe. I told myself it was nothing. Just curiosity. Just passing time. But every time that doorbell rang, my heart listened. He started staying till closing. One night, rain poured heavy. No one came. He stood at the window, watching. I stood behind the counter, wiping the same spot for 10 minutes. He turned. You always work alone? Yes. No family here? I shook my head. No pack? I stayed silent. He didn't ask more. But after that he started bringing food. Small things. Wrapped neatly. No labels. No notes. Soup when I looked tired. Sweet buns on colder days. Spicy tofu rolls when I snapped at a customer. Like he knew my moods. Like he watched more than I wanted. I tried to stop it. Tried to ignore the way his scent got stronger near me. Not aggressive. Not possessive. Just warm, familiar. Soft. It was wrong. I was a hidden omega. He was a controlled alpha. Too neat. Too quiet. He was hiding something. And I was already falling. One night, I forgot to lock the back door. Some drunk guy pushed in, reeking of cheap alpha scent and fermented sweat. He cornered me behind the shelves. Too close. Too loud. My body froze, Heath's lens pulsing. And then, he was there. My alpha. He didn't touch the man. Didn't say a word. Just stepped inside. His scent exploded. Sharp, icy, wild. The drunk guy choked on breath, stumbled back like gravity turned against him. Ran out. Silence. I stood there, breath caught, fingers shaking. He didn't come close. Didn't ask if I was okay. Just looked at me. Eyes dark. Hungry. You forgot to lock it, he whispered. I nodded. Thank you. You smelled scared. I was. Then, he turned. Left. No goodbye. No lecture. But that night, I couldn't sleep. His scent had burned into the cafe walls. And into me. After that, he never came in the mornings. Only evenings. When it was quiet. When it was just me. I started waiting. Counting steps from the back room till I reached the door when the bell rang. Like clockwork. Like addiction. He watched me too closely now. Eyes tracing my hands. My jaw. Sometimes, my neck. I knew he wanted my gland. He never said it. But I felt it. Every time he stood close, not close enough to touch, but close enough to scent. My skin burned. My heart betrayed me. I wanted him to bite me. I wanted to feel that pain. That bond. That claim. But I was scared. Of him. Of myself. So I smiled fake. Wore blockers again. Pulled my hair tighter around my scent glands. Tried to forget that I waited every night. For a man who never said what he wanted. But made me feel like I belonged to him anyway. And worst part, deep down, I wanted to. I stopped seeing him after I found out. Newspaper headline. Elegant beta on his arm, engagement confirmed. Her smile wide. His eyes empty. I stared at the photo for too long. Not because I was shocked, I already knew. But because some stupid ruined part of me still hoped I was wrong. I didn't go to the cafe the next day, or the one after. I left the door locked, windows covered. His scent faded slowly from the space. But not from me. I told myself it would pass. That if I stayed hidden long enough, the ache would dull. But heat came early. Too early. Blockers failed. My body betrayed me. It always does. The rain poured hard that night. Everything felt blurred. I made it to the alley behind the cafe, barely breathing, vision spinning. My skin burned, gland pulsed. Clothes stuck to me too hot, too wrong. My knees hit the wet ground. Then, his scent. Pine. Storm. Hunger. I didn't look up. Didn't have to. I knew. He came closer, steps slow, breath harsh. I felt the weight of his presence before I saw him. The way the air shifted, thickened. My body responded before I could think. My scent flared, desperate, broken, calling for something I swore I didn't want. He knelt beside me. Didn't speak. Hands on my shoulders. Firm. Shaking. I turned my head away. Dawn set. I whispered. He ignored it. Buried his nose against my neck. Inhaled. Deep. Like he'd been suffocating without it. I trembled. Not from fear. From how right it felt. From how my body bloomed under him. You smell the same, he murmured. Voice cracked. You don't. Mine was barely breath. Then, his teeth. Sharp. Sudden. No warning. No gentleness. Straight into my gland. I screamed. Not in pain. In release. Something broke inside me. Something opened. My body arched into him. Heat pulsed stronger. His scent flooded me, wrapped around every cell, filled every breath. I clung to his sleeves, fingers curled tight, his arms locked around me. Possessive. Desperate. Time stopped. Rain still fell, but I couldn't hear it. Only his breathing. Only my heartbeat. Only this strange, terrible bond forming in silence. When he pulled back, I was shaking. Tears on my face. Didn't know when they came. He looked at me like I was a mistake. Like I ruined something precious. His mouth parted. Voice rough. I can mark you. You already did, I whispered. My fingers touched the bite. Still bleeding. Still burning. His eyes flinched. I not yours. But you acted like I was. He stood slowly. Didn't offer to help me up. Didn't speak again. Just left. His scent stayed. I sat in the rain long after he disappeared. My gland throbbed. Mark fresh. Heat still rising. I should have been angry. Should have screamed, cursed, scrubbed the bite till it disappeared. But I curled up in the wet alley and breathed him in. Because no matter what he said, my body already chose him. And I didn't know how to undo that. I felt it before I saw him. The air turned heavy. Too warm, too thick. Like something was pressing down on my skin, crawling inside my lungs. My heat was already unbearable. The blockers failed 3 hours ago. I had locked every window, every door. I turned off my phone, drew the curtains, sat on the floor, hugging my knees, trying not to breathe. But I still smelled him. Faint, then stronger. Pine and storm. Mixed with something darker now. His rut. I panicked. Tried to spray suppressant again, even though my skin was already raw. Didn't help. My body betrayed me. Again. I stumbled toward the door. I could feel his presence right outside. I pressed my forehead to the wood. Don set. I whispered. Please Don set come in. A pause. Then, click. The lock snapped. He forced it open like it was paper. Breath harsh. Chest rising too fast. Eyes wild, glowing. I had never seen him like this. Unshaven, shirt wrinkled, shan't unmasked. I tried, he said, voice hoarse. I really tried. He looked at me like he was in pain. I stayed away. I took suppressants. I changed cities. But he took one step forward. I can sit. I backed away. But my legs hit the edge of the couch. I slipped, landed on the floor. He knelt in front of me. Didn't touch me. But his scent wrapped around me like a cage. I couldn't breathe. Couldn't move. My heat pulsed with every beat of his heart. I not yours. I said. Liar. He laughed. Bitter. Then why do you smell like this? He leaned closer, nose almost at my neck. You you're calling me. No, I not. My voice cracked. He exhaled, long shaky. Like he was trying to hold back a storm. Like he already knew he was losing. Tell me to stop, he whispered. Push me away. Lock me out. I didn't I couldn't He reached for me. Slow, careful. Like I was something fragile. Like he hated himself for needing me. His hands touched my hips, gentle. But his body trembled. His control was slipping. I felt his scent press into my skin. My body arched without permission. Every nerve begged for him. Only him. Say no, he said again. I closed my eyes. And said nothing. He didn't wait. His mouth found my neck. Hot, desperate. And then, he bit. Hard. No hesitation this time. No guilt. No confusion. Just raw possession. Claim. Need. My scream was silent. Tears fell. Not from pain. From everything else. The bond ignited like fire. My heat surged. We collapsed together, hands, skin, breath, scent, everything tangled. His rut hit full. He pressed against me again and again. Feral, hungry. And I took it. Welcomed it. Because my body knew this was what it was made for. Only him. I felt him all around me. In me, through me. He groaned my name against my throat. Marked me again. And again. As if the first time wasn't enough. As if he wanted to erase everything else that touched me. I clung to him. Cried into his skin. Because it felt too good. because I knew it wouldn't set last. He whispered things I couldn't understand. Or maybe I didn't set wanna hear. About how he dreamed of this. How he hated himself. How he needed me more than his next breath. The rut dragged on. Time lost meaning. It was only scent. Only breath. Only us. Then, silence. I woke up. Naked. Sweaty. Marked. Empty. The bed cold on one side. He was gone. No note. No goodbye. Just his scent. Still soaked into the pillow. Still burning on my gland. I stared at the ceiling. Hours passed. Maybe days. And then, I got up. Dragged every sheet off the bed. Ripped the pillowcases. I burned them all. Again. Like I did last time. Like it would help. But this time, the mark was inside me. Too deep to erase. And I knew. No matter how much I tried, he was in me now. Forever. He came with a smile too clean. Hair perfect. Suit too sharp. Words scripted. He said he was my registry-assigned match. Legal. Approved. Claimable. I laughed in his face. My match already claimed me. I said, even if he left. Even if he vanished. Even if he broke me. But this alpha didn't listen. Didn't set care. He said I was unclaimed in the system. That my scent was unbonded. That I was ripe. I spat on his shoes. That was my answer. Next thing, my wrist twisted. My scent flared in fear. He grinned. Then darkness. When I woke up I was cold. Metal floor. Blank walls. Thin collar on my neck, suppressor tight against my gland. Blockers flooded my bloodstream. Heat muted. Scent dulled. But my mind screamed. He came in again and again. Sniffed me like I was product. Said I set get used to him. Said my alpha abandoned me. I didn't set speak. Didn't set cry. Didn't set show anything. Because inside something was burning. His scent didn't set fit. Didn't sit belong. Every time he touched my arm, my stomach twisted. Wrong. 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 3 days passed. Or maybe more. I couldn't set smell time. Couldn't set feel the moon. Everything inside me was quiet. Too quiet. Until that night. I heard it before I smelled it. A door slamming. Boots. Then, a roar. Not human. Not polite. Not restrained. A sound that cracked bone and made the floor vibrate. My body jolted before my mind understood. Then, his scent, sharp, wild. Pine burned in fire. Ash, rain, rut. So strong it broke through steel. Flooded under the door, curled around my throat like a promise. I gasped. My gland pulsed through the blocker haze. My whole being screamed alpha. Footsteps. Chaos. Screams in the distance. The other alphas, they tried. They blocked doors. Raised weapons. But they collapsed one by one. Not from wounds. From scent. His pheromones crashed through the building like a storm. Made them choke. Submit. Some passed out. Some ran. None stood. The door to my cage exploded open. And he was there. Hair wild. Eyes glowing. Shirt ripped at the collar. Hands bleeding. Breath ragged. But his scent, God, his scent, like home. I tried to move. My knees failed. He crossed the room in 2 steps. Dropped to his knees. Pulled me into him so hard I thought I set break. But I melted instead. His scent drowned me. Flooded every inch of me. I cried before I even realized. He buried his nose in my neck. Still mine, he whispered. Still mine. I clung to his shirt. Fingers curled into torn fabric. I erased you. I sobbed. I burned everything. I kept breathing you, he said, voice shaking. Even when you hated me. His mouth brushed the mark he left. Twice bitten. Twice broken. My body bloomed. Heat tried to rise again. But the blockers fought back. Still. My scent cracked open. He growled. Low, deep, possessive. The collar sparked. Tried to suppress it. He ripped it off in one hand. Tossed it like trash. Sent me, he said. And I did. Everything inside me opened like a dam. My scent wrapped around his. Twisted. Merged. Fused. The bond pulsed back. Not just physical. Not just scent. Memory. Pain. Everything I tried to erase. He held it all. I said, "I'm sorry," he said. "I broke it. I said I'll fix it." I did instead answer. Just pressed my forehead to his. Eyes closed. Breathing him in. Because right now, I didn't need words. Just scent. Just him. Just this. I found him waiting outside the cafe. Same place where it all began. Same cold air, same golden light of late evening. But this time, he looked older. Not in age, in soul. His coat was wrinkled. Eyes red. Tired. Like he hadn't slept in days. Maybe weeks. Maybe since the night he marked me and disappeared again. I stood still, few steps away, arms folded tight across my chest. My scent was guarded, muted by suppressants, but I knew he could still smell the remnants. He always could. He didn't speak first. Good. Because I needed to breathe. Why now? I asked, voice flat. Why after everything? He looked at me like my words pierced through skin. He opened his mouth, then closed it again. Then finally, softly, I planned it. My fingers curled into fists. You what? He stepped forward slowly, cautiously, like I was something wild. I planned it all, Inan, the engagement. The silence. Even the registry block. His voice cracked. I thought if I made you hate me, you'd stay hidden. Stay safe. I stared. My scent surged. Confused, angry. Safe from what? The others, he whispered. The ones who wanted you for your bloodline, your scent type, your match rating. You were ranked too high. They would never left you alone. I laughed. Not because it was funny. Because it was stupid. You hurt me to protect me. I took a shaky breath. You failed. I know. His voice broke. I know. He dropped to his knees. Not dramatic. Not performative. Just broken. On cold pavement. Eyes lowered. Shoulders trembling. I kept your scent, he said. I bottled it. Every shirt. Every pillow. I didn't burn them. My heart twisted. I erased you, I whispered. I tried. I know, he said again. His hands slowly reached up. Stopped midair. Asked without asking. Let me breathe you again. Everything in me screamed no. But I didn't move. He leaned forward. Pressed his nose to my gland. Inhaled. And I shivered. Because the way he did it, it wasn't lust. It wasn't claim. It was grief. Longing. Worship. He stayed there, silent. Face buried in my neck. Scent trembling. I could feel his rut buried deep, controlled only by guilt and years of practice. I could feel the bond pulse. Soft, hesitant. Still there. Still alive. I should pushed him away. I wanted to, but my hand lifted, and I tilted my head. Exposed my neck. Again. Why? I asked. Why did you come back if you thought I was safer away? Because, he said, voice hoarse, lips brushing my gland. You still smelled like mine. Tears spilled before I could stop them. I fell to my knees too. Right in front of him. Hands gripping his coat like it could hold me together. You ruined me, I said. I know. You broke me. I never stopped bleeding either. I still hate you. I still love you. Silence. Long, heavy, real. I leaned forward, buried my face into his shoulder, and breathed him in. Because no matter how much I burned his scent, no matter how many times I said I'd never forgive him, my body remembered. My heart remembered. The bond never died. I don't want promises, I whispered. I don't have any left, he said. I don't want plans. No more lies. We stayed like that, kneeling in the street, wrapped in fading sunlight and fading pride. My gland throbbed, exposed. His mouth hovered over it. Then stay, I said. My voice trembled. Not as protector. Not as punishment. Just stay. He didn't answer with words. He bit, soft, this time not to claim, but to remember, to seal what never broke. And I let him. Because truth is, I never forgot his scent. Not even for a second. And even if it ruins me, I want him to drown in it again. Because I was always his. Even when I tried not to be. Even when he walked away. Even when I burned it all. His scent still lived in me. And now, finally, mine lived in him again.